Hi there. For those of you who have built my 1973 stock or even the 1959 stock that I've put on rebrickable, you may have found there may be a bit of problem with how to actually get it to move. When I built this on, or when I put the instructions on rebrickable, I left out some bits on here which I should have put on the actual instructions, and I also had to cheat in a way to make this drive more stable. The reason why I chose this bogie design was that the powered up motor was too big for this train. It sat too high, it was too long as well, and also found if I replicated the same wheelbase as the motor, then it'd still be too long, even using the Technic gears and the Technic motor. So I came up with this shorter wheelbase, but it is very, very unreliable, let's say, as it is at the moment. So this is how it is in the instructions. So I will show you what I did to make this more reliable, and what I did, it does involve cutting some Lego elements, so it's not, and also drilling out a gear as well. So it is illegal techniques that obviously I couldn't put on rebrickable, well, not rebrickable, but through the studio program, but I'll show you how to do it here. So okay, let's first of all take this off. We'll take this apart. Right, we'll fast forward to that. So here we are with it all in bits, that power bogie. What I'm going to suggest to do first, which I use, is these rubber hairbands. These I got on Amazon. You get a pack of about 300 for about £3. I'll post a little picture of it here. Just so you know what to get. And what I do, because these wheels, they're a bit, the tyres on them they're a bit sort of slippy, because it's not like rubber, it's like that, like a plastic. So I find with rubber, I just put these on. Sorry, you can't see it in the camera there, but if I just put that on there we go. We've got a rubber band tyre, which improves the traction no end. It's brilliant. And so for the sake of £3, these are perfect. So what I do is I'm going to put these rubber bands or hair bands on my train wheels first. Right, so that's the tyres all fitted, or the bands all fitted onto my wheels. Now we've got to look at this part, which is the sort of main part of the drive. This is where some of the problems lie. So what I would say is get rid of that 3 long axle that I've put in there. That one there. There we go. Put it on the camera properly. So we'll get rid of that. And we get this 4 long axle with this stop in the middle of it. I'll just show you on the brick link here. And what we will do with this is we're going to cut this. So we'll cut it to roughly, it is sort of 3 long, almost. There we go, 3 long. But how we cut it is the short side of the smooth stop has got to be enough to fit this gear on it. And also what we're going to have to do to stabilize the actual drive is we get another gear. This will do. You can have it in grey, whatever colour it is. And I bored out the hole. What I used, because I think the hole is supposed to be 4.8 mil. I used a 5 mil wood drill to drill it out. Now how I did this was I put the drill, or my electric drill, on a slow speed, and I did it anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, because if you put it clockwise it will just rip the thing to pieces. So you want to do it slowly and anti-clockwise, so it sort of wears a hole into the gear rather than sort of drills a hole. So you end up with that, and then it should just sort of fit on your smooth bit of your drill like that, and it should freely, well, it's a little bit of resistance, but it should just rotate. But when you put it on the spline here, or the stop, it should be perfect, and that should spin freely, because what you don't want it to do is lock against this gear when you put it on, because obviously you've got another gear. Let me just get the gear here. That's the drive gear coming from your motor, so that will be sitting on both gears. Obviously if they were both on the, you know, the cross axle bit, that would lock up, it wouldn't move. But by having that freely spinning, this whole assembly can turn and it won't lock up the drive. So what I'm going to do is put this together on my sort of drive bit that fits onto the bogie. There we go. So we've got this. Right, so I shall install this in a sec. The other thing I want to tell you, now on the instructions, I think I've got the wheels like that. Let's just put that on like that. There. And we've got this gap between the gear and the grey bush. What we want to do is put another 2 bushes in there on both axles, so it's solid, so everything is a bit better. I should have put that in the instructions, to be fair, but obviously letting you know now. So you just push that on. Let's get another bush. So it should be 3 bushes in total before you put the other stop on. So we get that, and then obviously we do the same to this one. So we get our wheel. Let's put that on there. Put our gear on, and 3 bushes. 2, 3. Now we get our assembly, our whole assembly with our drive. Put it on like so. I'm just going to put these plates on because it makes it a bit easier either side. Let's put that on. Just holds it in place. And we'll just put the other wheels on. Oh, the tyres come off. Come on. It is easier to put the rubber bands on the wheels while they're off the axles. This one's come off as well. What's going on? Right, come on. There we go. Oh, for God's sake, it's come off again. You do have these problems, especially when you're trying to film things. Right, there we go. So, that is our drive assembly. This is quite reliable. In fact, I'd say it's very reliable. Once you pop your gear on, I'll just put it on the axle here anyway, so it's just easier. Let's put it on there. There we go. So I'm going to turn the axle, and you can see the gear that I bored out is turning the opposite to everything else, but that is keeping everything balanced. So when you power this up, you shouldn't get any grinding or slipping noises. That is quite solid. As I say, I use this for all my shows. It's the only thing that sort of goes wrong with the train is it loses batteries after a while, but it doesn't fail on the drive, and that's what we do, or what I've done. Right, I'm going to put it all back onto my train, but that is the mod, and that will sort it out. Okay, that's it really. If anyone's got any sort of questions, just sort of let me know in the comments section, or on Rebrickable. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.